Hello, you beautiful bitches. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for clicking this video. I do appreciate you. That's your girl Tyra, and over here I talk about my life. I do some reaction content, some drama content, and I also play with nails a lot. Whatever brought you here, I'm certainly glad to have you. So I just need you to sit back, relax, and let's get into this video. Hello, hello, you beautiful things. Hello, hello, hello. If you thought that I was going to put myself in front of a camera right now, you're absolutely crazy. I do apologize for this voiceover, but like getting in front of a camera and saying the things that I think I'm going to say, no, we're not doing that. No, ma'am, no, ma'am. Oh, my goodness. So, I'm like sitting back, right? I had a great dinner. My friend, Bunny, she cooked up a steak, some mashed potatoes, some corn, gravy, you know, like I tore it up, honey, tore it up. Ain't had a good steak and I cannot tell you how long. At least over a year, for sure. For sure, over a year. You know what? I bet you I ain't had a good steak since I lived with my son, and I remember he cooked a New York strip. Shout out to my child for being the best fucking cook ever. That was the last time I had a steak, when I was living with my son, which is over a year ago now. So although they didn't look the same, one was a circle, one was a steak, right? Like tonight's was a circle. I think that means it's a bougie steak or whatever. But like, no, like it was so yummy. I fell asleep. And I didn't even wake up until 2 something today. What do you mean I fell asleep at 8 o'clock? Like, no, what is happening? And I'm sitting there and I just realized literally within the last hour that I'm literally depressed. How in the fuck? Tyra, Nichole. This is a problem, people. This is a problem. This is like not even remotely kind of okay. Not to me, not to me. This cannot be a thing. I'm sitting on this nice mattress and I'm like, wow, Tyra, you're depressed. I miss my man's something fierce. Oh, that AC was on. It's going to get nice and quiet now that I just said that, right? Oh, I really liked having that AC on. Well, you guys can hear the nature. Maybe I'll be putting some music over that. Maybe I'll take it off now. We'll see. We'll see how it sounds. I missed my little one, something fierce, and I am just like having this really big hole in my soul, and I don't know what to do with it. The worst part is I'm sitting on this nice mattress in this bed that she got, right? And OMG, half of a bedroom, that's right, a whole bedroom to myself. I'm not sleeping in the living room. I'm not in the middle of everyone's face at all times, of all days, you know, times of days in the night and whatever. Like, I'm not in the middle of no one's life, you know, like that's how I lived in everybody else's life. I was just the person who sat back and just fucking minded my own business while everyone was living life around me. Like, that's very much who I am, even outside, even at the park, even at the Eagle, right? It's everybody else's world. I'm just living in it, and I'm just going to mind my business, and I'm going to sit here on YouTube. You know, no matter what I'm watching, that's what I'm going to do. And for a long time, I wasn't watching YouTube. And I have to say that I think the things that have gone on YouTube in the last few months, for sure, are affecting me negatively, mentally. And I have to take full blame for it. I've been here 5 years. There's no excuses for anything that I insert myself into. No, that can't be a thing. And certainly not the things that I continue to put myself in. Things that I continue to choose to say. Things I continue, you know, when they say pick your battles, choose your battles wisely or something, you know, right? Like it's a saying. I know I didn't go to college, bitch. Okay, don't make me quote motherfucking. All I can think of is Martin Luther King. Ain't that something? That's all I can think of. I cannot think of nobody. Malcolm X. I mean, when you think of Martin, you think of Malcolm. You know, it's very that. I should have went to school. That's exactly what I should have done. I literally want to say Benedict Arnold, and I know that I'm so off, and I know that 80% of you are laughing right now. And I get it. I so get it. I should have stayed in school. I really should have. Shout out to both of those men, though, for real, because, you know, they do have some really good quotes of things that have come out their mouths, but I don't think they made that saying, you know? I know that they didn't. It was, like, way before their time, right? Like, what the hell? No, like, all that's on me, and that's being in this fight or flight mode all the time, right? And that's just how you have to live when you're doing content on YouTube. No, it's not. No, it's fucking not. It's not gonna be my life. No, ma'am, because that's not what I'm here to do. And I think as I'm approaching what needs to be and needs to have been already, me getting back to YouTube for real, and having daily content and doing what I plan to do with this channel, it really does have me reflecting on some things and thinking about, no, this is not going to be you. You're going to, you know, I can give my opinion on any fucking thing that I choose to, and I will continue to do that, ma'am. But, like, I do not have to insert myself where I'm not needed. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll see something, and depending on my mood, I'm just going to react to it accordingly. I'm going to most likely match that energy if I see the shit, you know? And I think a lot of people at this point in the game have chosen to, how do you call that? Like hide the channel. And I don't do that because I do want to see things. I cannot be completely out of the loop and have my entire friend group under attack for being a gross pig of some sort. Like, that just can't be a thing again. And I can't be completely out of the loop. And I'm realizing how hard it is to keep up with all of my friends, because I've always had, like, I consider Bunny, okay, my Chicago friend. She was the one person that I would always talk to. And of course, there were people that I kept in contact with, so that way other people would know my status situation, where I was, you know, all the things. Like, there was definitely someone I was in contact with, you know, who would always know what was up with me, you know what I'm saying, in case anyone else wanted to know. But new friendships have been made. And no, not even new friendships. That's not even the right word. It's not new friendships. New levels to the friendships that I've already had are opening up, and it is becoming more personal, I guess, you know. And I think that is very much draining me, but I'm trying very hard to, yeah, like, give my all to my friendships. You know, I think everyone should do that. And because I'm holding myself to this standard, I'm trying to be this friend who's, like, always available on the phone. And, like, I'm so not that friend. And I think I have to, yeah, just, like, not pretend that I'm that friend, because that's what happens, right? Then, like, people think you're available to be on the phone. And, like, I've never really been that friend. I've just never really been that friend. But I always have a friend who I talk to way more than I fucking should. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. But I have a good couple handfuls of friends. I don't even think 2 handfuls, but more than a handful. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're teetering on, like, I got a lot of friends. And I'm so grateful. God, thank God that I have my friends. Thank God for my friends. But I've never been someone who's had, like, I don't know. I have these long-term, really long friendships, and those are my besties at the time. And outside of that, like, all of my friends, you know, regular friends, just hear from me when they hear from me. And that's not fair. That's not fair. That's not the relationships that I want to have with my friends. I want to be able to talk to my friends on the phone. But I just need to understand, too, that, like, if I'm going through things and I don't have any water to pour, I can't be pouring from an empty cup, right? And I already know that. And I think what has happened is I showed up for my friends as they deserve for me to. And now I've put my foot in my mouth a couple too many times. And, you know, that's probably made some people unhappy. And I totally get that. So I do think that I feel some guilt from that, even if that's not how my friends feel. It's so weird because I'd be thinking I know how people feel. Or maybe I'm just totally feeling guilty because I know that I put my foot in my mouth a lot the last, like couple weeks, just because of probably how I've been feeling without realizing and being aware that that was how I was feeling, you know what I'm saying? Not realizing, like, damn, you're miserable. You miserable ass bitch. That's why you're totally, inserting yourself or, saying things you really don't need to be saying. Because, like, I promise you, my friend group, like, don't give about none of it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, why do I continue to care? And I totally get that. I totally get that. But now that I realize what a bad place I've been in, even if it's just been for the last week, you know what I'm saying? Lord knows I could have avoided some things in the last week. Let's just be for serious here. So I really have to take responsibility for my own actions. And I don't want to step back on YouTube and have this like bad taste in everybody's mouth again, because I don't like the feeling anymore. It used to literally excite me, the fact that people hated me the way that they did. And I think that's sick. I think it's sick that I ever felt that way, because it does lead you to believe that you're, I don't know, more important than other people. And I think that in intertwined with, man, I be trying to talk sometimes. Hold up, man. I no longer like the idea of having this anti-Tyra Nichole, community. I'm not into it anymore. Totally not at all. I think even just a month ago, I totally thought, yay, we're back to business. This is exactly what you need, girl. Like, we got to build this channel up. No, it's not what I want. It's not what I need. I'm going to build my channel doing me and doing Tyra content. And if I continue to just get an average of 200-300 views on each video, then that's just what it is. I still need to be making the videos. I still need to be putting content out every day. I know what I want for this channel. I know what I'm going to do with this channel. I know that, I'm going to actually continue to create content, no matter who says that I'm not creating content. Like, I mean, I don't know what else you would call it. I'm sharing my life, my visions, my dreams, my aspirations in life. Like, I mean, it's creating content, like, it's not based off of other people. That's for certain. I don't need people's names to get views, like, I don't have to put people's names in the title to get fucking views on shit. I am a content creator, and I will continue to be one, god dang it. And I'm actually feeling guilty for missing one son more than the other. And I know that I'm allowed to do that, dude. Like, one son is much older and can take care of himself, and I didn't miss out on these years of his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, like, I totally didn't, miss any years of his life. He didn't get away from me until he was, 16 years old. So, like, I mean, hello. I missed no childhood, you know what I'm saying? And with my youngest, that's obviously not the situation. And with him just turning 13 years old, it's almost like, oh my gosh, Tyra, you have missed so much time. And it just makes me feel so guilty, because it's like, what could I have done differently? I don't know. Well, I do know, right? Like, I do know things I could have done differently, but, like, at the same time, like, I hate that it has become what it's become. You know what I'm saying? Like, why me, dude? Why me? Of all mothers, why me, dude? Why am I missing out on my child's life? Because even if I don't live near him, at least there's the phone, there's a video chat, there's all these things, and you cannot get the kid on the phone. And I know it's his age and all the things. I get it. I know it. My oldest was the same way. He's still that way. But if I need to talk to him, he'll call me. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like with the baby, even though he's not a baby no more, with the teenager, wow. That's the first time I say that out loud. Wow. I just had a whole ass moment, and then, of course, Of course, right? Because it's me, because it's, you know, what I'm going through. I see this headline because I had to put the phone down, right? So I see this headline and it says trans girl in DC Juvenile Center has broken jaw because she was housed with the boys. Why was she housed with the boys? Why would they even do that? Seriously, why would they even do that? That's crazy. And then she has a broken jaw. No, I'm sure she does. I'm sure she does. Why was she housed with boys? What kind of world does my children have to live in here? And you know, here's the thing, I just had to relocate. So here's like another 15-20 minutes of my like filming time. I come in the house, she's coming out of the room, she's scared the shit out of me just because she was supposed to be sleeping, right? Like, so I didn't expect to see her, no one coming out of her room. And she's like, I know I look that bad. And then we're talking for 10 minutes about, you know, like her hip replacement surgery. And then I'm relocating to the front, which means I don't have any way to film. And if I don't feel like talking until the nighttime, I can't be filming while there is people in the room across from me. Like, I'm not doing that while he's trying to go to sleep after midnight or whatever. Like, no way. So I just moved to the front where my room is, and you know what I'm saying? Like, there's two different places to sit down, and that's just how I'm going to have to do content. If I don't get to, you know, actually film, because I'm going to be putting out content every day. So with that being said, like, a lot of stuff I won't be able to film, and that's just like what it's going to have to be, and I feel really guilty about that. You know, when you have the opportunity to, at least at some point in the 18 hours of the day, most likely it's, you know, from the hours of 2 a.m. to 10 a.m., where I can sit in front of the camera and talk to you, like, that's just what I did. Well, that's not how I'm living right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not living life on like the overnight schedule right now. And in fact, I'm sleeping way too much. And that's another, you know, sign of depression. And I can't let it grab a hold of me and not let go. That's like what we're just going towards here. So, in my opinion, at this moment, sharing it and talking about it is also going to hold me accountable to making sure that I talk about it if that's what I have to talk about every day for the next week until I get out of this place, until I journal and feel better, until I, you know, whatever it is that I need to do to get through this, that's what I'm going to do. I don't like coming to YouTube with a problem. I like coming here with the problem with also having the solution in the same video, right? Like, I don't mind complaining about things, you know, until I, you know, have solved them or whatever the case might be, learned the lesson or whatever, you know, whatever. But in this case, no, that's like, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable for me to be depressed. Like, this is not okay. This is not okay in the fucking least, man. It's just unreal. It's unreal how I could have this beautiful room to myself, you know, and all this half of the room is all my nails, and I got my table, and, you know, we have a chair, and we have a little workspace, and we have all our stuff laid out, and oh, it's a press-on girlie's dream come true. But I'm not inspired at all, and I feel so guilty. And I'm like, oh my God, Tyra, you cannot dwell on this. But all I think about is, oh my God, all this time in the day, and I have not been doing press-ons. I am not inspired at all. I feel like I'm going through a whole breakup. That's how I feel. That's how my heart feels. You know, I feel like I'm breaking up. That's how I feel. Like, I feel like I'm going through a breakup. It's terrible. It's a terrible, terrible feeling. And don't get it twisted. Most likely, I probably am going through a breakup, right? Because I'm not going to be able to stay with this guy because he can't get his shit together. And then I sit here and question, do I really care? Do I really fucking care? Because I love that fool. And, like, he's my fucking asshole, dude. That's just what it is. He's an asshole, but he's mine's. And I would rather he be mine's than not be with me. And I think that's sick. I think that's sick, while at the same time knowing that nothing he's ever done has been with malice or, you know, with intentions to be toxic. He can't help how he was raised, how he is. He can't help any of those things. And he has issues that he needs to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, do you accept that person for who they are? But then at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Would you even accept anything less than the best? Should you do that to yourself? You know, and then there's these constant questions. So it's like going through a breakup. Oh my goodness. So I just got off the phone with my mans, and oh my goodness, it be getting too real sometimes. It really does. And it's just like, my goodness. But here I am, I'm back and I'm recording, and I'm not going to let it get me in a bad mood, because I just want to be by him. I really do. I need him to get himself together and show me, right? Like, he has to show me that he's willing to do things and make changes. He's not allowed to just keep telling me. That's what we ain't gonna do. We're not gonna just keep talking, you know? Like, I get it. I totally get that. There were people in my life, you know, who like to tell me that, like, you need to stop talking and do the walking. And, you know, that meant a lot to me, because I always thought I was a walker. I never thought I was just a fronter. You know, I wasn't someone who just talked about it. I be about it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you mean I just talk about it. But when your mother says that to you, you know, and it's days after getting out of jail, and you're sitting in a hotel room by yourself, and you don't even know what to do with yourself. You feel like you're in an alternate fucking universe, and you have nowhere to go. Nothing even planned. You just gave your child up for adoption. He's on his way to Florida. All I can think about is, when can I see him next? And I can't, because now he's going to Florida, so I can't see him at all. Didn't see him for 5 whole fucking months until I got there, you know, until I went to Florida to be with him. Only to leave, right? Fall completely in love. Is it because I'm heartbroken? Is it because I'm a sad, sad soul? I mean, I don't know. I just don't know at this point. I don't know what it is, honestly, at this point. I am always making my best content when I am reacting to people's stupid that comes out of their mouth on their videos. So, like, what do I think? People are not going to have things to say about what come out of my mouth? Of course they are. And they have everything that has come out of my mouth, including my life. Is there always going to be noise? Yeah. But I need to be more of a commentary channel, because I've always created content. You know what I'm saying? All of my videos that I spent hours and hours working on just to put out a 38-minute video. Like, dude, that could take me 8 hours sometimes. That's a long time to be spending on content. You know, I looked at somebody's videos recently, and it was like a 7-minute video, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know they made, you know, regular videos, you know, and it's like, oh yeah, go back to streaming, go back to doing what you do, girl, because you and your friends, yeah, you guys are streamers, I'm gonna need you guys to do that. It was terrible, you know, you've seen the time at the bottom, her fast forwarding through the content, like, oh my god, I would die. And when you have watermarks on your content, like, dude, pay the $5 fucking for the editor. Jesus, help me. I'm just saying, because, like, dude, even doing these videos, like, this could be a 4-hour process. You have no idea, because I go back and edit it, and I take out, you know, long silences and all the things. I care what I put out, right? I care if there's sleep in my eyes, and I don't just put on sunglasses to cover it. Like, dude, that's nasty. That's nasty, dude. I know I be coming on here with my hair looking crazy sometimes, but, like, bitch, I'm bathed. Do you understand? Do you understand that part of it? And yes, I wear my pajamas, and yes, half the time my hair is back in something, right? Like, we're looking at me recording in a tank top. Here goes the pajama. That's a nightshirt for sure. I think I left that one behind, by the way. Yeah, I don't think I have that one with me. But believe it or not, I am putting effort into how I look. I really try to make sure my hair is done some kind of way, shape, or form or fashion. And like, that's the best I got to give. My nightgown and, you know, my leg propped up in the chair, and, you know, my hair back in a cute little bun or whatever I got going on in this. Made you look. I bet you haven't looked at the screen this whole time. Oh, see, there's my hair down, and we love it. But I hate that color brown. Oh, God, did I hate that color brown. I have all these expectations for content, and I am struggling to even do voiceover content that really only takes a couple hours to edit down. That's really all it takes. I'm being very hard on myself. I think YouTube has been a little hard on me, not gonna lie. Oh God, I really do hate that there's a channel dedicated to like a playlist of like everybody else's nasty content on me. You know, it's just like, oh God dang. Really? That's what you're doing in 2025? Why? Why are we letting the past live like that? And I do. I really, really hate it. It really, really bothers me. More than I would like to admit, for sure. And I guess reality is everything I'm talking about is part of why I'm also depressed, right? And I just have to hope for like a better day tomorrow, a brighter day, the sunshine, you know what I mean? Because like, this is not the time to get down and out. It's just really, really not. Ooh, I never look at myself, and I just seen them neon nails. I have got to do neon nails again. I have 2 pink sets. I'll put in a picture right here. By the way, we're smoking like we're back in Alabama, baby. And apparently it's just a thing, you know, even though my friend used to be able to grab some, like, we're smoking Delta 9, bitch. And that's how we're doing life. Oh my God, I love when Mama used to put them braids in my hair, because I used to be able to not have to worry about messing with it for days. Oh my gosh, yes, I miss my mama. I do. Okay, I'm gonna get off of here. This is like depressing to even see myself in this house, and for some reason I cannot take my eyes off the screen. I hate that for me. But tomorrow will be a better day, and you know what, guys? It is okay to not be okay. Just remember that, okay? It's okay to not be okay. And, you know, sometimes that's just the way it is. And, you know, we'll pull through like we always do. That's just what we do. Thanks again for coming. I hope you have a great day or night wherever it is you are, and I'll see you on the next one.